Hello Scorpio and welcome to my channel. So today I am doing your March 2021 general reading. In this reading, we're going to take a look at your relationship sector, which includes romance, family and friends, and then your career and money sector energies. And then we'll pull some tarot and clarify everything and get you the advice you need to have the best March ever. So let's go ahead and start with your animal spirit. So this month you have the animal spirit of the scorpion. This is lovely because you're Scorpio, but the scorpion energy is lovely because what it means is that you are very career oriented. And so what you enjoy the most is to have like one project or maybe just a couple of projects going at a time. You really like to do the best that you can on everything in your projects, your career, your job. You really and truly try to finish a product and put it out at the very best that you can. And in your relationship sector, it means that sometimes when you have this energy that you're not like a social butterfly. You really like to have a few really good friends and family members. You really, a lot of times it means that you don't date around, you kind of find somebody and stay with them for a while. So it means that you really care about the people that are in your life, and so you don't really require to have a lot of people. To you it's more quality rather than quantity. So it's a really nice energy. The part about the scorpion that you sometimes have to look out for is that you do put so much of yourself into your relationships and your career. So sometimes your feelings can get hurt and you allow things to fester, especially things from the past. And when you don't express your feelings to the people that are in your relationships or in your career area, what happens is that you can then like zap them, right? Your feelings, you keep it bottled up, and then all of a sudden the fester is broken and you're like a little volcano. So we're going to clarify everything, but just see how that resonates with you. So let's take a look at your relationship sector. So you have finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. This is lovely energy. I'm really getting this sense that, remember with the scorpion energy, that you don't like to have a lot of people in your life. It doesn't mean that you're not friendly and everything. It's just that you really hold on to a few close relationships. And here with the spiritual source, I feel like you're really trying to make connections more on the soul level. So the people in your life, you may be, looking to bring more people in that you can relate to more on a spiritual level if the people in your life already are not that. And it just means that you're really trying to use your intuition, choosing to keep the people in your life that are going to help you to reach your higher good. So it's a lovely energy, very lovely. So you have soulmate, compatibility, companionship, your best life partner. I am not surprised. This really is resonating with these two other cards, right? Because with the scorpion energy, it really is that you're looking for a soulmate. You're not just a casual dater. You're really, looking for a soulmate, somebody that will be your best life partner, somebody that'll go with you to the end, right? And so with this spiritual source, it really does mean that you want to connect with the person that you're with really at the soul level. It's having that compatibility, that companionship, but also that soul level connection. And you also have fertility, fresh ideas, manifest growth, plant your seeds. So I feel like if some of you are single, you are really trying to put yourself out there and to manifest your soulmate for the rest of your life. And if you're in a relationship, you're probably, on that same wavelength of, is this the person that, is going to, be someone in my life for the long term. And just connecting with your own spiritual source and looking at the relationships in your life. Are they really for your higher good? Are they meeting the needs that you need at a spiritual level? Really nice energy. All right, so in your career and money sector, you have in the flow. Everything is smooth sailing. Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, Scorpio. So it just means that, you are really feeling pretty good with your career. You may not be really wanting to make any changes. You feel appreciated in your work. You feel like your work is meeting your soul purpose. So it's lovely. So let's see what else we have. Dark thoughts. So this is interesting. So for some of you, you may be wondering, is this my career? Is everything smooth sailing now, but it's going to, crash and burn later? So this is really interesting because it is kind of like almost opposite. And with the Scorpion energy, I'm kind of wondering if there's not something that's going on in your career and money sector that really kind of relates to something that happened in the past. And it could be, a belief system. It could be an experience that you had in your career earlier. And those dark thoughts are kind of like coming into your flow and preventing the flow from really, going swiftly and smoothly. So we're going to definitely look at that in the tarot. Yes, because you have fragmented energy too. So this usually indicates that you are being pulled in a lot of different ways. And sometimes those can be from your dark thoughts and your fears, pulling you in all of these different directions, and then you don't have like a major focus. And because you have this in the flow as your overall energy, and then both of these cards are kind of like opposite, right? Like there is no flow. So I feel like this is Spirit just letting you know that it is your own fears. Both of these are fear-based. It is your own fears that are blocking this flow because your career is actually going pretty well. It's just your own fears around your career that are causing the flow to not be smooth. Very interesting. Well, let's go to the Psychic Tarot and see what we have here. Let's see if we can get some more clarification about all of this. So I'm going to be looking at the past and present energies, then your obstacle for the month, advice from Spirit, and then the outcome. So let's start with your past energy. Past energy for Scorpio, please. Past energy. Okay, so you have 3 that popped out here. So you have victory and success. This is like the 6 of Wands. Transformation. That's kind of like the Death card. And then hope. So this is the Star card. Lovely energy that you have here. So in the past, you have gone through some type of transformation. And with this card here, I really feel, like a spiritual transformation. You have really made a huge change and you've been very successful in it. You may have changed your jobs. You may have changed, made some major changes in your relationships as far as like letting people go that no longer served you. This is your past energy. You've already accomplished all of this. So let's take a look at your present energy. But sometimes when you've done all of this work, you're kind of like, okay, what's the next step, right? And especially with this fertility, manifest, growth, plant your seeds. And now that you have these, kind of like fear-based energies here, you may just be a little bit concerned about what's the next step. So let's see what your present energy is right now. And that'll give us some information. And then I'm going to clarify all of these with the Light Seer Tarot too. But this is a lovely energy to start off. Power. And you know what? When I was shuffling, I saw this too. So this is the Strength card. Oh, Scorpio, you're really standing in your power. You're really standing in your strength. You've done all of this work. And I feel like, this has given you a lot of self-confidence. For some of you, you may have made like major changes in your life. You may have let a romantic partner go in order to search for your true soulmate. You may have changed jobs because you had these fears around your past job, or you changed career paths. So I have a feeling some of you have really made great strides in, life choices, looking forward to the future. And now you're really standing in this powerful energy of strength, of knowing, like having the knowledge of where it is that you want to go. If you don't know where you're, if you're like, now wait a minute, I haven't found this person yet. My job is, not feeling that great. This is you knowing that whatever you went through in the past, you have the strength to accomplish anything that you want to from this point on. This is giving you like the spiritual strength to know that you can overcome anything. So even if you are having some, fear around your career right now, or you're concerned because you don't feel like you've met your soulmate, that you will accomplish this because you are in your power. And this is an energy that I think you need to really really grasp, really step into. Okay, so let's take a look at your obstacle. What is your obstacle for the month of March? Let's see what we have. Suffering and silence. Yes. So this is kind of like the Nine of Swords. This is your anxiety and fears, your sleepless nights type of energy. But here's the cool thing, Scorpio, is that the 9 is the completing of a cycle, right? The 10 is, dropping the swords, learning, realizing what the lesson is and moving on. You're at the 9. You've completed this cycle. And so it is time. This is really Spirit coming in and saying, it's time to let go of these fears, because look at how strong you are. Not to worry, that things are going to work out, that your fears are all that is blocking this smooth sailing flow from coming in. So what is the advice? The advice from Spirit. Advice. So, this is the Two of Pentacles, movement, choices, decision. Making the choices that you need to make in order to move on. For some of you, this is going ahead and making the choice to move on to a new job, or to move on to find a true soulmate. This is you standing in your power and making those choices, knowing that from now on, you are going to make choices and decisions that meet your higher good. That you're like, hey, I'm not messing around anymore. I'm not accepting a job that does not pay me what I am worth. I'm not going to have people in my life, whether it's romantic, friends, or family, that are not, on my side, or not going to back me up. This is really you stepping into your power and realizing that you may have lost a lot in the past, and you're kind of like, you know what? That was fine, because from now on, I'm only making choices and decisions that are best for me. Lovely energy. You go, Scorpio. So the outcome is memories of love. Okay, so this is the Six of Cups energy. It can mean like nostalgia. It can be looking at the past, learning the lessons from the past, understanding how your choices in the past got you to this new point. Lovely, lovely. Okay, it can sometimes mean, somebody returning from the past. So we're going to definitely clarify all of these. So let's clarify this past energy first. So Spirit, what can you tell us about this past energy? Transformation and hope. 7 of Wands. This is you overcoming obstacles, getting above the conflict, being able to stand into this new power of yours. You've had the victory. You've been able to see the light. You have hope for the future. You know that you are strong enough to overcome anything. This is such lovely energy. Oh, Scorpio, so lovely. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify this strength card, the power. The Tower. Oh my goodness. You know, I'm going to tell you, there's a couple of ways that we could read this. And so choose the one that resonates with you the most. For some of you, you have the Tower in the past. And with this Tower, you have gained so much strength for the future. Remember that a Tower takes out things that no longer serve our higher good. And you may even be looking back at that Tower moment now and saying, oh my goodness, I am so strong now. I have new conviction for my future. I am so grateful for that Tower moment. As painful as it was, I've gained new strength, new wisdom, new confidence in myself, and I'm ready to go forward. For some of you, though, if that doesn't resonate with you, the other thing is that this is an epiphany that you will have very soon. So if you haven't reached that point, this is coming in to say you are going to reach this point. This is not a negative Tower. This is you having the epiphany of stepping into your power, of realizing just how much work you have done, how much I kind of feel like, you actually had to sacrifice so much in order to get to this point. And now you're just like stepping into this lovely energy of, you know what? I am so ready for the future. Like there's nobody that can stop me now, right? It's just like, wow, it's so lovely. So let's go ahead and clarify this Nine of Swords. So you have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So this is you holding on to this fear, right? It's time to let go of it. It's just time to let go. I think one of the things that you're probably starting to realize right now, Scorpio, is that, you've lost everything that you are going to lose. From now on, everything that comes into your life is by your choice. And other things that may want to leave it's going to be your choice. You understand that when things leave your life, that's only because there's something better coming in. And they're asking me to come back to the Scorpion. Remember that if you keep your emotions bottled up, that what happens is that then you start singing, right? You zap people. So this is really about you clearing the air, allowing your fears to go to the wayside, to have those conversations with people that you may need to have that are from the past or relationships that you have now about, your dark thoughts. Like, what is it that you have hanging on from the past that's preventing all of this flow and goodness to come in? Because that's all that's stopping you. And with the Scorpion energy, it's really about having conversations with people that have hurt you, right? That have hurt you. Okay, so you also, these popped out too while I was still talking, so I'm putting them here. You have the Lovers in reverse and the Six of Wands. I feel like you are feeling that you're not going to have this victory. I think for some of you, this Tower moment is you stepping into this energy of this victory, right? Like right now, I think you feel like maybe your fears are winning and you're not winning, but this is definitely Spirit saying, no, you've won the game. You have won. You've done all the hard work and you have won this game. You've won. This is so lovely. Okay, so how about on this movement, choices, and decisions? Oh, how lovely is that? You have the Queen of Wands. Look at you. You are just stepping into your power. Everything you touch is going to turn to gold, turn to magic, just be bright light. You are going to be inspiring to so many people. You are going to have so many doors of opportunity opening up to you, and it's going to be your choice about which ones you take. Oh my goodness. This is so lovely. This is what this tower moment is. It's like you realizing this is who you are. Oh my goodness. It is just so lovely. Okay, so let's do the Six of Cups. Clarifying the Six of Cups. We have the Eight of Cups. So this is interesting. So this is kind of like the past, or, feelings of the past, nostalgia. And, if this was upright, you would be walking away from the past. But here it is. You're choosing not to walk away from the past. And I really think for some of you, that is you like not wanting to just dismiss the past. Whatever happened in the past, you're willing to look at it, learn the lessons from it. And I think it's, like a very wise energy. Let's get a few more for that to clarify this Eight of Cups in reverse. Very nice energy. Yeah, the Five of Swords, the Four of Cups, and the Page of Wands. Yes, so this is you. It's kind of like, I think this energy, the Five of Swords is your internal conflict. The Four of Cups is you just like feeling like, ho-hum, I don't know about any of this. You're still kind of like looking at the past. There may be something that you're kind of like reminiscing about, wishing life was somewhat like it was before you maybe had like your transformation, your spiritual awakening. That happens so often because we realize once we have our spiritual awakening that life will never be the same, right? And I think this is you kind of in that, kind of like, wow, like I've accomplished so much. I'm happy with my life, but look, there are things about my past life before I had the spiritual awakening that were wonderful. But this is the Page of Wands coming in and getting you re-energized, getting you, juiced up for the future. And I think that all happens when you're willing to allow these fears. The thing you have to remember, Scorpio, is that you have obviously made some major changes in your life. And sometimes before we step into the next phase of our life, we have to kind of go through this period that some people kind of call like the void, right? So you're out of your old life, but you haven't completely stepped into your new life. And when you're in that void, it's really hard because you don't know what your new life really holds. And you do know what the past holds, right? And sometimes we're like, well, I'd rather go backwards because at least I knew what that was. And you may be feeling some fear about what is going to happen in the future. This is definitely Spirit coming in and saying, put those fears to the side. Surrender your journey to us because it is all going to flow. It's going to be smooth sailing from now on. And that's what your tower moment is here when you go ahead and you decide to surrender to your journey. Allow the fears to go. Call in your spirit guides. Ask for their help. Ask your angels for help and guidance. Listen to your intuition because look at what you have here. You have the Queen of Wands and, you get to make the choices for your future life. And that's what they're trying to let you know right now. You get to manifest what it is that you want in the past. Want in the future. I was thinking about the past because in the past, I don't think you had choices. I think you followed maybe something that you thought was the way you were supposed to go, or, your family wanted you to go, a romantic partner wanted you to go, society, your peers, whatever that means to you. And this is Spirit saying, no, now you've gone through this transformation. Guess what? You're in your own power. you can put to the side what other people are wanting for you, and you get to create the life that you want for yourself. Lovely energy, lovely energy. And you know, when you're going through this void, it can be a little bit fearful because you're kind of like, I don't know, what's the next step? You know, who's the next person in my life? However, all of this resonates. But having these heart-to-heart conversations with people that are in your life about the way that you're feeling, or about the way things happened in the past, because you do have the Six of Cups, you know, the nostalgia. You do have still some harboring some, you know, feelings here. Because Four of Cups, the Five of Swords, you know, not wanting to move on. I think this is some person's choices that you've made in the past, or things that, you know, you feel people have done to you. Having those conversations and allowing those things to go to, you know, having those conversations and then deciding, making choices based on, you know, the response. Very nice. Okay, so we're going to do a creativity oracle card. I love these cards. Okay. Fear. If you want to be free of fears and phobias, then you have to understand why they exist and make peace with them. And that's exactly what you have here, right? The fears have been coming out. Your fears are the only things that are blocking all of the good from coming in. And this is really just letting you know that, you know, one of the steps that you need to take is just to understand why they exist. Ask yourself, you know, why am I fearful, you know, about asking for the money I, you know, feel like I'm worth in my job? Asking the people in my life to give as much as I give them, you know, to have things equal. So it's really, it's about you releasing your fear, looking at your fears. Why do you have those fears? And then, you know, taking action on those fears, looking at them right, facing them, facing the people that you may have to have conversations with, facing, you know, the fact, is this really the job for me? Am I on the right path? And knowing that you do have different choices. You are, you know, look at you, you know, you're standing in your power. You're the Queen of Wands. Very powerful. So we're going to do an angel message to close out this reading. And Scorpio, if you have enjoyed this reading, I would really appreciate it if you would like, share, or subscribe so I can build my channel and get my message of light and love out into the world. I really appreciate all of your support. Okay, manifestation. Believe in yourself, trust your instincts, and follow your heart. For in doing so, you shall manifest all your heart desires. The life you have for so long aspired to create will soon manifest. Yes, and you know, my guides were telling me that, you know, when you're in this fear, then all you're doing is manifesting more fear, right? So you have to follow your heart. The fears are in your head. They're not in your heart. The fears are all up in your mind. And it's time to, you know, say thank you for those fears. Those fears are trying to keep you safe in this world. But it's time for the fears to, you know, go over to the side and allow your heart to tell you where you are going. You know, your heart will allow you to go in the flow. Very nice. Well, I am very excited for you, Scorpio. I think you have just such a lovely, lovely March ahead of you. And I do wish you lots of love and light in this situation and all of your situations. Bye for now.